Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we are from group 5. We'll present our discussion about reading. But before it, we will introduce our group members, namely Anisah Zahra, Putri, Yolanda, Purnama, Sari, Pasaribu, Rivaldo, Mangiring, Siregar, Sarrah Nasution, and I'm Rizka, Amelia, Tambunan as moderator. Here we will explain about the definition of reading, function of reading, types of reading, and structure of reading. Okay, we will start our presentation.
Definition of the use of graphs and tables in reading. First, what is graph? Graph is a diagram representing a system of connections or interrelations among two or more things by a number of distinctive data, lines, bar, etc. What is table? A table is an arrangement of information in rows and columns containing cells that make comparing and constructing information easier. What is reading? Reading is the process of looking at a series of written symbols and getting meaning from them. When we read, we use our eyes to receive written symbols, letters, punctual words, and spaces, and we use our brain to convert them into words, sentences, and paragraphs that communicate something to us. In conclusion, tables and graphs are visual representations. They are used to organize information, to show patterns and relationships.
The function of graphs and tables in reading skills. The function of graphs as a simple but accurate definition of quantitative data depiction. This form of data presentation makes it easier for readers to understand the information. And also graphs is a tool to explain development, a comparison to an interrelated object that is displayed briefly and clearly. For the table, the functions are 1. Provide systematic and concise information. 2. Make it easier for readers to understand the content of data information. And the last one is knowing the changes that have occurred in a data, whether it is an increase or decrease. Therefore, by studying the graphs and tables, a student will have the knowledge or concept of interpreting information from graphs and tables, have the concept and skill to describe simple quantitative data, and even have the skills to transform information in the form of tables and graphs into a narrative. Absolutely, all these components are achievable if in graphs and tables they employ reading skills. Because with reading skills, we can find out the details of a reading or information. In reading graphs and tables, we can use intensive reading types, where reading activities are carried out carefully to find main ideas or descriptions of the content of the reading. Intensive reading is suitable for reading graphs and tables in line with its function, where graphs and tables are created to provide a concise and precise picture to the reader.
Reading skills have several types. There are scanning, skimming, intensive reading, and extensive reading. The first is scanning. This reading mode is aimed only at finding the necessary information in the text. In this reading mode, it will be done briefly and quickly, but must be done carefully. This technique doesn't mean complete immersion in the text and a deep understanding of the fix and analysis of grammar construction. The second is skimming. This reading mode is used to get to know and understand if the information is useful or not. In this mode, the text is also done fast but not as precise as in the scanning mode. The goal is not to look for specific facts, but to evaluate the text for complexity, interest, and general storyline. The third is intensive reading. Intensive reading is used when you want to read carefully by paying complete attention to understand every word of the text. In this type, it will examine and decipher any words or expression that are not understood, such as words that contain scientific elements. In this mode, that we look for the meaning or meaning of the word into a word that we can easily understand. And the fourth is extensive reading. The purpose of this type of reading is to get acquainted with new information.
Structure of graph step in reading skill. Step structure read table and graphs. Number 1. Read the title. Reading the title is an important activity to understand the content, the message. So up the contents of the headings of the tables and graphs you encounter because they provide a solid summary of the information to be conveyed. Number 2. Read the information above, below, or on the side. This is information is the key to the explanation of the data present. The information, for example, is in the form of a sequence of years, percentage, or figures. Number 3. Ask question about the purpose of the tables and graphs. It's easy. You just need to change the title to be a question. For example, where, how much, progress, and so on. Hopefully, the answer to this question will be in the tables and graphs. Number 4. Read the tables and charts keeping in mind your goal.
Well everyone, that's all about our presentation. We apologize if there are mistakes in this video. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for watching. See you everyone. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.